We are live. We are live. We are live. Welcome back to Talk Talk. 10%. We are talking. Well, welcome back to Talk Talk Live. I'm just getting my sound ready, ladies and gentlemen. Right here, right now. I am just setting that up, and we should be good to go. I say. Let me just give me 1 second. Let me hook this baby up. Yeah. Oh shoot, that's what's missing. I'm missing the plug-in, of course. You silly goose. All right, we back. We live. Now we ready to go. There it is, and we are live. Welcome back to Talk Talk Live on this post-Halloween Talk Talk Live. Happy post-Halloween Halloween to you all. Yes, we are back and we are live here in our Toronto studio. Hope all is well with you. Hope you got the treats you wanted. I hope you got the tricks you... Well, I'm not going to say that. No. That's for adult purposes only, which brings into account what we're studying, what we're here today. I could not get out of my work clothing, so I decided to just go a bit more. How shall I say? Dress casual tonight. A bit of jean, a bit of finely cut shirt, and we are going to go to work here tonight on Talk Talk Live. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Talk Live tonight. Live on IG, YouTube, sponsored by DunTalk, DUNTALK.com. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We are back, and we are live. We are here. We're going to get into this. Just when I thought that I'd be out of subjects to do, something just pops up out of the blue that really is mind-blowing, that really is breathtaking, that really is thought-provoking, to say the least. And we're talking about one name, and that is Joe Smith. Joe Smith. Oh, well, first of all, I want to send my condolences out to two people. Actually, condolences to the families of Matthew Perry, the boy from Ottawa who done good. Of course, one of the big stars of the hit TV show Friends. He died earlier on this week. And again, he's a kid from Ottawa that did good in the States, and he battled his own demons in terms of drug and alcohol addiction, but he was kicking it. And he was moving forward, but unfortunately, he succumbed to a drowning in his own jacuzzi. And I send my condolences out to his family, wherever they may be. And also, we say a tearful farewell to Coach Bobby Knight, who died as of today as well. The esteemed coach of the... Let me just change this a little bit here. There's a little thing right there. Okay. Yes, I got to move over a bit here. The esteemed coach of the Indiana basketball Hoosiers, and he did that for at least 30 years, and he was one of the few teams that went unbeaten in one season, 1975, if you did not know. Anyhow, that's a little basketball history for you, but he died today at the age of 83, so my condolences sent out to Coach Knight and his family as well. So, speaking of basketball, let's get into it. Speaking of, quite salacious ideas and moves, we're going to get into that right now. So, thank you very much for joining me on Talk Talk Live. Like, subscribe, comment on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Yes, I am still going to be putting out shorts and the like for consumption coming very, very soon. I think I'm going to work on it this weekend. I think that's one of my big deals this weekend. But anyways, we're back. We're live. We're here on Talk Talk Live. We're going to be discussing one man in particular, an NBA, former NBA superstar, a former first-round draft pick of the Golden State Warriors in 1995. And he played, I think it was played about 15 years in the league. Played for 12 teams, which is near an NBA record, which was just that was just broken last year by Ish Smith, I believe. And yeah, his name is Joe Smith. Joe Smith, former star of many a team. I said 12 teams, including, again, the Golden State Warriors, Cleveland Cavaliers. He was for Los Angeles Lakers. And again, a very well-known Virginia standout baller who, made a name for himself in the NBA. Never did win a championship, but had a very, very long career in the NBA. But in 2010, it stopped. And just give you a quick background, he married this lady, Keisha Chavis. Is it Keisha Chavis? Keisha Chavis? But again, and he married her for better or for worse. However, the worst came through this week. Because, we're going to develop it, but that the worst came through this week. However, the worst really didn't start then. It started way further back than that. And we're going to get into it now on Talk Live. So thank you very much for joining me. But first things first, let's discuss. Let's get into the dispute heard around the world. Now, the first things first. I mean, let's get into the browser here. And let's discuss this en masse. So thank you very much for joining me on Talk Live. We are here. We are live. We're just going to get into the browser. We're going to get into this. Now, Keisha Chavis, she decided in her infinite wisdom to not only have an argument with her husband over the subject of her, as you can see in the bottom there, shout out to Red Light, Green Light. Again, a guy with, I have a bigger subscriber count than Red Light, Green Light, which is funny. But I'm sure after this is going to be that much more. But shout out to Red Light, Green Light. And it was of this, of Keisha Chavis deciding to record her argument with her husband, Joe Smith, who you can see in the background right there. Let's just blow it up there for you on Talk Live right here, right now. There it is. And there's Joe Smith in the background, 6'9", forward. Retired NBA player of many a year. She decided to film her dispute with Joe Smith. And the fact that she had a OnlyFans page and never told Joe about it for at least a year. We'll find out the reasons for that a little later because we have an interview with Joe with Keisha Chavis in a bit. But again, well, let's get into the argument first, and then we'll just dissect. We'll cut it up, and I have a few contributors here helping us out with doing that. Okay, so let's just go into it right now.
I'm sitting here just finding out you got an OnlyFans page. Out of all these years, yo, the disrespect that comes with it, that you could even talk to me before you did it, that's bullshit, yo. That's fucked up, Keith. I'm telling you, that's fucked up.
Wait, no. But you're not gonna say fuck me. Or that's fucked up. It's not fucked up.
You recording me? What the fuck you doing?
Listen, it's not fucked up. And we're going to... Okay, look. So, I have an OnlyFans page. And he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad I'm just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself. So why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
Your partner, you're supposed to come to me and talk to
Joe,
me.
I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution. Not in my book. That's no solution.
You knew who the fuck I was when you met me.
Before,
I
knew that.
thought that I would never have to go back to anything like this again. But unfortunately, that's not the case right now.
After that, everything's supposed to change.
Everything did change.
No.
Everything. No, it had to. I had to do something.
You stood out there showing your body. You stood out there doing stuff like this on camera.
You act like that's the only thing that I do. I have mad jobs, but they're not facilitating everything that needs to be done. So I got something extra. OnlyFans be breaking me off. What the fuck?
Come on, Keisha, that. It don't matter what they breaking you off. It's the disrespect that comes with it.
What disrespect?
You couldn't come and talk to me about it.
Okay, well, we're talking about it now.
Because I had to find out on the fly.
All right, then. But now, okay.
No,
so wait.
I had to find out on the fly.
So now you know.
Yeah, now I know.
Okay. And so? Whatever. I've been doing what I have to do, period. Like, that's bottom line. That's what it is.
And there you have it, people. We're going to leave it there.
Gentleman's recognized.
No, thank you very much. The gentleman recognizes that
Mr.
you
Speaker.
are not to be heard from. Thank you very much.
I will say, listening to the sanctimoniousness
Stop with the nonsense.
of my
Thank you.
colleague from New
I didn't want to hear from you. Thanks very much. Jesus Christ. Anyways, yeah. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Ms. Keisha Chavis breaking it down as in her own eloquent way. And okay. You heard it for the first time. You heard it all for yourself here at Talk Live. So let's break this down. Let's break this down. Now, now, Ms. Chavis in her own infinite wisdom, now should be a private matter that should have been. Now listen, this is content for me and many others out there on YouTube. So let's go there. Let's give it that. Let's give it the credence it deserves. Because again, if it wasn't for this, then we wouldn't be talking about it. But the fact of the matter is, we shouldn't be talking about this. Quite simply, we shouldn't. We shouldn't be talking about this. This should be a private matter between a married couple. It's just that Miss Shave is so kept crazed for attention and adulation, and she wanted the world to know of her family issues, of her family business. So she decided, in her infinite wisdom, to come out and record her argument with her man for TikTok. Ladies, let me tell you something. If you want a marriage to end quick, record it on TikTok. If you want trouble in paradise, record it on TikTok. If you want to be put in the doghouse, record whatever your issues are on TikTok. Because quite simply, it's the surest way to get there. Surest way of creating a rift between your significant other, your husband, or yourself. There's no doubt about that. And my Raptors are leading big time tonight. For her to literally go behind her back and start filming. Now, I don't know if she was fearful for her life, but even if she was fearful for her life, she should not have filmed it for public consumption or filmed it on a live. There's no doubt about it. She didn't release it in the first place. If she's so feared for her life, she recorded it, fine. If she wanted to post it up, if there are any violence, so be it. That's all well and truly cared about. But she clearly wanted to go viral with this video. That was her first intention. She wanted to go viral with this. She wanted to let the world in on her issue so that she could get money. And that, my dear, is, well, the fate of Western society these days. And that is to, shame yourself for better riches. Listen, we learned that from Adam 22 and Leading the Plug. They're doing porn videos on steadily. And that's a theme that will come up over and over and over again tonight in order for them to get rich. And seeing such influences around them, they decided to jump in on it themselves. And that, my friends, is a definite no-no. That cannot be in the least bit cared for or approved of. It can't be. It just can't be. It just can't be. So the fact she filmed this in the first place, but let's get into it. Let's run this up. We're going back. We'll go down by piece. Let's go.
Here, just finding out you got an OnlyFans page. Out of all these years, the disrespect that comes with it, that you could even talk to me before you did it, that's bullshit.
Now I'm gonna play a devil's advocate here. Now this could have been staged. Playing sincere devil's advocate here, this easily could have been staged. You never know. So there is the devil's advocate right there, that this could indeed have been staged and put on by husband and wife. But let's play it at face value that he did not know that he was being filmed. Let's go there.
That's fucked up, Keith. I'm telling you, that's fucked up.
Wait, no. You're not gonna say fuck me or that's fucked up. It's not fucked up.
You recording me? What the fuck you doing?
Listen, it's not fucked up, and we're going to. Okay, look. So I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course, I'm mad. I'm just finding out about it.
Here's the thing. Remember, she just found out about the OnlyFans page. You'll find out later. He just found out about the page But the fact of the matter is, it just didn't. The page just didn't go up. It was there for a year. For a year, this woman had an OnlyFans page that her husband didn't know about. So she was selling her. She was selling her behind for $3.99 behind her husband's back, knowing full well the repercussions of said issues. Now, again, she's going to try and rationalize it, so let's hear about it. Let's hear what she has to say.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you? My choice, my body, my fucking choice.
My body, my choice. Oh, so the vows of marriage need to be thrown out the window here, because I thought it was for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. Clearly, she's acting single here. And with that statement to say, my body, my choice, that is a declaration of independence. An absolute declaration of independence. She did not care about her husband's feelings. All she cared about was her lifestyle, keeping it up by hook or by crook. Spare anyone's feelings. Devil be damned. I'm going to do what it takes to keep myself in the life to which I am accustomed, the life that you created for me, mind you, because she wouldn't be here without him. Guaranteed, whether you like it or not. Now, if I don't, if that's not a unilateral agreement, I don't know what is. You gotta look that up. I ain't gonna tell you. You gotta look that up, what unilateral agreement means. But for those who do. But she's literally telling this man that I don't spare your feelings, spare your reputation, spare any sort of vitriol or backlash or embarrassment you may suffer. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to keep myself in the life into which I am accustomed, even if I have to twerk, get naked, and sell my ass for $3.99. And we're going to get into the cost of OnlyFans in just a bit. Listen, I got things for you. Don't worry about that. Let's go.
Supposed to come to me and talk to
Joe,
me.
I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution. Not in my book. That's no
You know-
solution.
That is no solution in my book. You see, ladies, let me say it for the cheap seats. Men do not want to be associated with women who will ruin their reputation. From here on in, for all his life, he is going to be linked with a porn star. He tried to, and let me tell you something, it took him years to erase that memory from his edifice. And only those who knew him or knew about him, those tight-knit circles who knew of Joe Smith's history would have known about that stuff. Now it's for the world to know. The world knows about it now. He can't escape it. And remember, those things happened before the social media age. Now it's for social media consumption such as this. So the world will never forget now. Now Joe Smith's reputation is pretty much sullied. As long as he's with this woman, everybody's going, oh yeah, you married a porn star. Do you think that feels good to us? Ladies? That you're out here parading yourself as a porn star and not giving a damn about what we feel. It's like we have no control over our house. We have no sort of say with our women. We are shamed in the eyes of our peers. Jesus Christ. Ladies, you don't realize the repercussions of what you do, via emotion or not. That's why he asked her, come clear it with me first. Let's work it out first so you don't take these drastic means. And so you don't make an emotional reaction of throwing your butt out there for $3.99. Now, whenever he's around his boys, oh man, that's the one who had the porn. Yes, that's the one who had a porn star. Yes, that's the one that's selling their ass for $3.99. You ladies don't get that. You don't have to suffer the repercussions of that. Because you live by emotions. You live by your mood swings. You live by you live within the now rather than the then. And the thereafter. I know a lot of you do, so let me say that. Some of you do get it, but a lot of you don't. Including Madam Chavez here. Or her alias, as you will soon see. Let's continue.
You knew who the fuck I was when you met me.
Before,
Yeah,
we met,
before,
yeah, I
and
knew
I
that.
thought that I would never have.
Before he knew that, meaning he has tried so damn hard to expunge the memory of her past misgivings as a lady of the adult industry for, I don't think she's been in activity for at least a good decade to 15 years. This is before the social media age. But now it's been brought back to light. And now it's in public view. And now it's on for social media pages all around the world. And now everybody's talking about it. For the wrong reasons. She doesn't get that. And once you don't get that, dear, and once we realize your sins, we are all left to suffer them. And that's why we do not choose to associate ourselves with porn stars. You know why? Because it ruins our status and our reputation amongst men. It shows other men that we can't choose a wife. It shows that we haven't chose wisely at all. So Joe was risking his reputation as long as he kept her mouth shut and as long as she didn't have to publicize it to the world, all will be fine. Now what? Now what are we going to do? This is the problem we have now. Because she just chose not only to argue with the man, but to run a big mouth and put it on TikTok.
To go back to anything like this again, but unfortunately, that's not the case right now.
After that, everything's supposed to change.
Everything did change.
Oh, no. Obviously, it hasn't.
No, it had to. I had to do something.
You stood out there showing your body. You stood out there doing stuff like this on camera.
You act like that's the only thing that I do. I have mad jobs, but they're not facilitating everything that needs to be done. So I got something extra. OnlyFans be breaking me off. What the fuck?
Come on, Keisha.
This I have to adjust my seat, sit up straight, and recall the inimitable words of Too Short. Let me just adjust my watch. Ladies, this is why we say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Because of stuff like this. Every time we try to turn a hoe into a housewife, she goes back to being a hoe. She goes back to her fornicating ways. Now again, she's not doing it with any paid adult actors. However, selling yourself online for $3.99, selling your ass online for $3.99 is not exactly the way forward. And it just goes to show that when all else fails, when in doubt, put it out. Lay it out there for all to see. And charge a fee doing it. There's no difference between you and the streetwalker in the streets. That's all. No difference. Absolutely no difference. That is why that even Joe, now let me say this. Joe we have to say, has to take an L to because he chose her. He chose this woman. He realized that this was indeed an adult film star. This woman would line her back to make a few bits of change. She's done it before, and she'll do it again. But Joe thought, no, she's turned over a new leaf, and she's proven that to me. Let me marry this woman. He took a risk on her, and that risk has finally backfired. Has finally not borne fruit. Has finally come home to roost. And guess what? Guess who's holding the bag now? Because she don't care. Hoes don't care. Hoes are certain members of the public that listen, they don't care about their reputation. They don't care about who knows, what knows. They've been through it all. They suffered it all. They don't care. But your man does. Your man does care. And clearly she didn't care. But at the end of the day, Joe chose her, so he has to suffer the consequences of that. And not only that, he has to learn that one true rule. 99% of these, well, I wouldn't say 99%, but a whole slew of these girls who were in the life, who got out of the life, went back into the life again. Why? Because they know no other way. They're like recidivist prisoners. They don't know any other life. Some prisoners can't survive on the outside. And what do? They commit another crime to go back in again because they know that life. They know those parameters. They know how to conduct themselves in that environment. She only knows how to conduct herself in front of a camera naked. So guess what? She went back to that life. She went back in again. But she must share the blame with Joe because Joe chose her. And here we are left holding the bag. He's holding the bag again. He didn't want it. He thought he could. And he did. For a little bit of time, push that aside. Because it wasn't part of the social media age. But now it's out there. And she brought it to being. That's why I say your choice of wife can lead to your choice of life. Now he's got to live with this girl. And his reputation sullied. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's keep it a buck. Because again, she don't care. She'll do what it takes, whatever it takes. She's already made that abundantly clear. My body, my choice, to do what the hell she wants in order to get paid. In order to keep to herself in the life to which she is accustomed, even if she has to sell her ass online for $3.99.
It don't matter what they breaking you off. It's the disrespect that comes with it.
What disrespect?
You couldn't come and talk to me about it.
Okay, well, we're talking about it now.
Because I had to find out on the fly.
All right, then. But now, okay.
No,
So, wait.
I had to find out on the fly.
You see, here's the thing. That's a face of a... If you're seeing on Talk to the Talk Live, watch this face. You see that face right there? If he didn't find out about what she just did, she would have kept that she would have kept that going. She would have never told that man. That's what that face looks like. Say, oh shit, I messed up. But I tell you what, I'm not proud of what I'm not ashamed of what I did. I'm just ashamed I got caught. I'm not ashamed of what I did. I'm just ashamed I got caught. And that's what recidivists do. That's exactly what they do. They don't hate the game they got themselves into. They hate the player who found out about it. And that's one thing you don't realize, ladies, that once it's the that once it hits the internet, it is forever. Once you do porn, it is forever. It will be found. Now, I don't know if Joe Smith has any kids. Imagine if he had kids. Imagine. And how their reputation is sullied. You see that face right there? She don't realize what the repercussions of not only her husband, but let's say her kids. Your mama been online for $3.99. Your mama's been on Pornhub. Your mama's on X videos. But does she care? Does that look of a woman? That does not look like a woman who cares. No. That looks like a woman is, I'm just ashamed that I got caught. Simple as.
So now you know.
Yeah, now I know.
Okay. And so? Whatever.
I can't say anything else after that. Spare anyone's feelings. Let's finish the sentence off. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying, my dear. I left you mid-sentence.
I've been doing what I have to do, period. Like, that's bottom line. That's what it is.
And there you have it. Let me stop this before it starts again.
Gentleman's recognized.
The gentleman recognized that you can
Thank
get on
you,
my goddamn
Mr.
page.
Speaker.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Bye. 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 There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say. She went out there saying that she's going to do what she's going to do. You can't. Your choice of wife leads to your choice of life. I keep saying this to you. You girls don't realize that your rushes to judgments, your misgivings, can ruin your life and reputation. Thank you very much. I'll stop this for a second. There we go.
All these years,
God damn, this thing's still running. Thank you.
you. That's bullshit, man.
It is. Thank you, Joe. But what are you gonna do? Right? What are you gonna do? Because she doesn't care. She literally does not care. All she cares about is the life to which she was accustomed and how to keep it. And if she has to bust herself wide open, kids, husband, whatever, in order to keep herself into the life to which she was accustomed, that's what hoes will do. He tried to keep that private. He realized the chance he was taking. But hoes don't care. There it is. Hoes don't care. Once you have been sullied for so long, you just have an indifference. You just have a predilection. You just have a numbness to what you have done to yourself and what you have done to others. You're just numb to it. Numb. But again, he married her. He married her. Let's get some different perspectives here. We'll get into a little bit from my man here, the Kevin Wesley. Now, Kevin Wesley, remember, Kevin Wesley was the man who broke the Cheesecake Factory interview with both Julia and Jay, I believe. Wesley and Jay. There's Wesley and Jay. Yes. I think it was Wesley and Jay. He's the one that broke up the Cheesecake Factory interview with both combatants last week, and he receives Jay. There you go. It is Jay. And Julia, Celia, Julia, or anyways, and Jay. Keisha and Jay, I think it was Keisha and Jay. Yes. Anyways, he broke the interview with both of them, and he is actually now giving Jay dating advice so that he can go back on a date with Keisha again. But we're going to get his perspective on this, and I thought it was quite poignant. We're going to give it a few more minutes to breathe, and then we're going to get back into this. So again, let me see what we got here. Here we go. Here, let's move this down a little bit. There we go, because that'll be the next one up. But let's get into Kevin Wesley and his take on things. Let's go.
I can't believe I'm sitting here just finding out you got an OnlyFans page. Out of all these years, the disrespect that comes with it, that you couldn't even talk to me before you did it. That's bullshit, y'all. That's fucked up, please. I'm telling you, bro, that's fucked up.
Wait, no. You're not gonna say fuck me or that's fucked up. It's not fucked up.
You recording me? What the fuck you doing?
Listen, it's not fucked up, and we're going to. Okay, look. So I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course, I'm mad I'm just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
You're supposed to come to me and talk to
Joe,
me.
I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit.
Let's get on to it.
That's why.
Now, he has made his concern crystal clear. It's messed up that I gotta find out this way. That's messed up. That's messed up. Now, her response could have spoken to why she did it without telling him, right? She could say, I understand that offended you, that you're embarrassed that I didn't tell you. She could have spoke to what the man was saying, but she didn't. She deflected. Just watch how she responds here.
Hey, wait, no. You're not gonna say fuck me or that's fucked up. It's not fucked up.
You recording me? What the fuck you doing?
Listen, it's not fucked up, and we're going to. Okay, look. So I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course, I'm mad I'm just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body,
So instead of saying, I understand that you felt disrespected, I understand that by finding out through someone else, you felt betrayed. She goes, no, don't say fuck me, which he never said that, but that's an attempt to change the narrative, to act like you said something demeaning or whatever, or insulting. But she had to correct that and go, well, don't say fuck, that's fucked up. But it is. Don't tell him what not to say. These things can't be argued, family. It's not about right and wrong, it's how your partner feels. You gotta have some empathy. If you have a little empathy, that'll go a long way in conflict resolution. You understand? So when he says that's fucked up, that's messed up, okay, she should acknowledge that he feels like that's messed up. So speak to how he feels. Don't sit here and argue with him about that. You can't change reality for that person, right? Too many times we'll argue for hours over something that simple, right? But then he noticed before, even though she didn't even really diffuse, she didn't even try to diffuse, she actually inflamed, okay, by walking off, and then he turns around noticing that he's on camera. That adds to the problem now, so that's not going to diffuse. That actually makes the problem exponentially worse that he knows he's on camera. But she's not going to say, you know what, you're right, you shouldn't be on camera. Now, she's probably doing it because he's upset. It's a big guy, so she probably don't know how he's going to respond because he's very upset, and that's probably done to protect herself, all right? But neither here nor there. She walks off with the camera still instead of turning it off, okay? He clearly has a problem with it. He's even saying that's disrespectful. But then she makes it clear to us that she knows what his problem is. He's angry because he just found out I was on OnlyFans and he found out at the last minute. And what did he say? Of course I would be upset, because she's saying it like in a way where it's sarcastic, like, y'all, he upset for this reason, as if it ain't no reason to be upset. And a lot of times modern women would do that. You mad because, and the thing she said, you mad because, you have absolutely every right to be upset about it, but she's gonna say it like you should be ashamed of being angry about this certain thing, right? But it's done in a way to invalidate your feelings. So he mad because of this, like that ain't nothing to be upset about, but he owns it. Of course I'm upset that you told me at the last minute. I mean, that I found out through somebody else. Now, she could have said, you know what, I apologize. Because it's clear what he's upset about. He's not upset that she's necessarily showing her body, and I'm not going to look at that through a lens that is, conservative. I was raised very conservative, but this man has obviously chosen the relationship that he's in. He's chosen her knowing full well her background in the adult film industry. So he's upset that she did it without telling him. Okay, they had some financial troubles apparently, and she's done that without telling him. So is she trying to be malicious? No. Is she trying to get her feel through validation of men. No, she's trying to save the family. But he's still upset that she didn't talk to him about it. Now, that's a conversation that can be had. I just say, guys, you're supposed to be adults, number one. We keep saying we are adults, but we're not adulting. Meaning, we pay bills and stuff, that's fine. But when it comes to handling like difficult issues and difficult conversations, we seem to go to the world for validation or our family members for validation. Typically, we twist the whole story up to go in our direction. It's like we can't handle that we sometimes do have failed relationships. It is inevitable. It happens, family. But for some reason, we just have to act like children around either relationships failing or relationships becoming contentious. You have an obstacle in the road. There's something happening. You got to go live. You got to tell the world about it. Why? And I know sometimes in these arguments, you can feel like,
and that's what I've been saying all along, haven't I? Literally, I've been saying that all along. Why do you have to broadcast family business to the world? I would be livid if she's recording. I would not even talk to her then. I wouldn't give her the satisfaction of a conversation she was filming. I would not do it. I would not do it. If she wants to do it in front of a witness, so be it. But I'll tell you one thing. She will not do it in front of a camera. In front of me. No. I will not have my reputation sullied because of one woman's twisted take on reality that she must broadcast family business to the world. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. That is disrespected of the highest regard. And as Kevin Wesley said himself, it is the height of... It is literally taking things to 3 times worse by recording things.
you're being gaslit to the point of no return, and you just want somebody to hear what the hell is happening right now, because this person ain't making no sense and they just doing all types of things. But man, listen, you got to make a decision and leave that person alone. If they cannot be talked to, work with, get a counselor. If they can't get through that with you, they can't get any better, you got to find somebody else. You got to get out of there, because you'll be trying to sit here and regulate somebody that is not going to be regulated with morals, any type of agreement that y'all have on how y'all communicate. Every time y'all argue, you'll see the same things that they said they would correct the last time. Now, he said it's a problem. She goes, why is it a problem? I've shown my body before. You knew who I was. Yo, she's trying to get it to where it's not fucked up to him. She's trying to make it not fucked up instead of like explain to him what's going on. And you ain't never gonna get nowhere like that. You understand? So poor conflict resolution, man. But let's continue.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
Yo, and that my body, my choice stuff only sounds like you saying, I want full rights to do whatever I want to with my body, with no ridicule, no judgment, as if it has no consequences on anybody. It's like saying, regardless of whether us being married, I should be able to move in a way where you can't stop me. And if you try to, I'm going to weaponize your boundaries by saying my body, my choice. I should have freedom of expression, and you doing anything to limit that is you controlling me, right? That's crazy, man, because you married this brother, and there got to be some type of sanctity there, right? You committed to this man. That's got to mean that you got to talk to him first, y'all partners. So you saying, man, I was doing this before you met me. I'm just doing it with myself. Ain't nobody else touching me. That should mean it's not messed up. That should mean I didn't not do it without talking to you first. No, you did it without talking to him first. You're not going to change that. Then you're going to go to,
like I said, acting like you're single. That is another big no-no in any relationship. I don't care if you're with a man, you're a woman, or a child. You not having that discussion with that person, you going rogue literally on this man, would absolutely lead us to frustration and downright just disappointment, just literal disappointment. You can't say anger. It's disappointing that you would see to yourself and only see to your own needs, and only see, you can't even see past yourself to not even consult your significant other on issues dealing with the house and family. basically disrespecting the vows you took on marriage. You just basically did that. You're acting like you're single. So we're going to show you in a bit what that truly means. I'm going to give this man a few more minutes to run, and then we're going to move into another point of view.
It's my body, my choice. So it's like, yo, all that is saying is I'm shutting you out. I don't want any accountability for the behavior that I just put forth. And I'm going to pretend that whatever I do with my body has no negative consequences on anybody. Yo, that's crazy. Not even the impact that it has on him. That's ridiculous, man. You're not going to get anywhere. So that's why I say listen closely to the things that she's saying, how she's responding, and ask yourself, is it diffusing or is it inflammatory? This argument is going to go on and on unless this man leaves the room. But let's continue. Actually,
and that's a little precursor to things to come that I'll show you in a bit. Let's continue.
On part 2.
Joe, I have no choice. Joe, I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution. Not in my book. That's no
You knew
solution.
who the fuck I was when you met me.
Before.
Okay, so you notice how he said you could have talked to me about it. And again, she missed the opportunity to say, you know what, you're right, I could have. I was afraid to. I didn't know how you would handle it. I thought you'd say no. Whatever the case may be, right? But instead, she goes, I talked to you about many things. Yo, why you deflecting? Why you doing that? He said you could have talked to him about that. Did you talk to him about that? You may have talked to him about financial issues and what could I do to help, but you didn't say, I'm considering getting on OnlyFans to fix this financial problem. You never said that, right? And then what she does is says, you act like you didn't know who I was when you met me. You knew who the F I was when you met me, she said. That's like a poor excuse to say, I can do these things now because I did them then. I mean, you're supposed to grow. This man says before, yeah, I knew you did it before, but then now you with me. He probably felt like he was rescuing her. A lot of men feel like that they're taking you out of something. You never have to do this again type thing. And now since she's doing it again, he probably feels like he's failed and just betrayed, whatever the case may be. So a lot of times, man, a lot of us men, we think that you're going to grow and you're going to change. And what we should recognize is that's who you were when they met you. You can't expect them to change. I always say when you're looking for a treasure, know that whatever you see in that diamond is not going to change. If you see some clouds, they're going to stay there. So think before you purchase, family. Think before you invest and commit your time and energy. Because
what he said right there is exactly what I mean. Exactly what I say, but you can't change a hoe into a housewife. You knew this woman was a porn star. You knew it. You knew it. Yet you saw past that. The fact of the matter is she has these glitches in her DNA. She has these glitches in her personality. She has these glitches in her mannerisms. She has these glitches in her modus operandi. Guess what? They ain't going away. So if worse comes to worse, guess what she's doing? She's going back to the life she knew. Because that's the only way she knew how to solve problems. Those are the only skills she had at the ready. Left at the ready. She knew of nothing else but laying on her back and selling her ass or participating in scenes for profit. And this is something that could easily happen at any time. If he didn't keep her in the life to which she was accustomed, guess what she's doing? She felt no recourse but to go back to that debaucherous lifestyle. And that's a shame. That's an absolute shame. I'll let him finish for a few more minutes.
You can't expect somebody to necessarily be someone different than who they were when you met them, even if they give you a facade that they are. You understand? You can believe by pattern that a person has changed, but you still got to recognize who you're dealing with. And that's the thing that happens here. He forgot about that. You understand? So, however, maybe he knew that she did that, but he didn't think that she was the type of person to do things without talking to him. You see what I'm saying? But when she says something like, you know who I was when you met me, that's just a weak way to keep doing negative things and just try to use an excuse that you did it before, like it's okay to do it again. That's ridiculous because people are supposed to grow. But let's continue.
I'm gonna leave it right there. But we are going to, because again, a lot of what he had to say is pretty much what we covered already. But I'm gonna get another perspective, a female perspective, as you can see by the Crimson Cure. What a female perspective it is, and she will break down quite simply what we are dealing with here. What we are dealing with in terms of this lady and the OnlyFans route she is taking. Okay, so let's go.
Europe thought we're young. Now this chick is in her OnlyFans. Now she talking about OnlyFans be breaking her off. Let's stop the cap and let's take a look. Did just a real quick search. If you just take a look at the Google search, what is the average earning for OnlyFans? Okay. $1 a month.
To those who are listening on IG, and to those who see this on YouTube, you see in the top left corner there? That is the average earning of an OnlyFans host. The average earnings of an OnlyFans host. Only top tier, how should I say this? Ready-made, youthful porn stars are making big-time dough at OnlyFans. Again, they have the ones who have all the 4 pillars: chastity, beauty, youth, fertility. Those are the only ones making on OnlyFans right there, and they're usually within the 18 to 30 range. Once you get out, and those are the top tier. Remember, these are 8, 9 to 10s who are making top tier money. Those who are not, such as Miss Chavez, who's about 48, I believe, she is making around $180 a month. She is basically trying to pay a bill or two. That's it. It's not that she's making exorbitant sums of money. Maybe she has a little more than that. I'll give her that. Okay, let's say if she's working for $1,000 a month. That's about it. It's about $1,000 a month. Let's give her that. Let's give her a 4-figure monthly salary. No, again, that makes a bill or two paid. But is it worth it? Is it worth it really for you to sell your ass for $3.99 to come home with a 4-figure salary? 5, maybe 6, yes, but for 4 figures? And the selling of your reputation, is it really worth it? I ask you.
Only top earners be making a bag. The rest of the people that may get on there, they may not be known, or anything like that. These people are not earning much at all. So this older, she's in her 50s, don't nobody know who you is I guess she did this video to give support for her OnlyFans, because that's out of curiosity, people are going to go and look. So
Great point there by Crimson Cure. Yes, there is the devil's advocate of them making this together. But I much more believe that point. And that is that Ms. Chavis here is making this video, making it publicly known to drive people to her OnlyFans. To drive subscriptions up so they can see her bust it over for $3.99. Very good point made by Crimson Cure. And again, speaks to the selfishness of this woman, because damn his reputation, damn how he looks in the community. I want to make money for myself. My body, my choice. Remember? And her saying, whatever. I'm going to do what I got to do. That's exactly what she said. Or I'm paraphrasing. Isn't that wonderful? Is that what you want from a wife? That she will ruin a family's reputation for her own greed? Because this is simple greed now. This is simply her taking the path of least resistance. Knowing full well that she doesn't care about her reputation. But her family does. But she never thought about that, did she?
Assuming that she did this for the publicity of her OnlyFans. I mean, because look at her. You can tell she thought she was the ish when she was young, because she's still sitting there thinking that she is that. And I'm here to tell her she's not. Okay? And the other thing that I want to say is it goes beyond just this individual. What is with these old chicks? What is with y'all letting social media, y'all deal with social media and y'all deal with life the same exact way that 18, 19, and 20-year-old women deal with life? You know it's a problem in society when women can be 20, 30, 40 years apart in age and still have the same mentality, still have the same outlook on life, still have the same mannerisms. You got an old thought trying to be young and pop her prehistoric thought pocket. Like, come on. Okay?
That is a hell of a point made by Crimson Cure. The level of maturity of women, of modern women these days, from age 20 to age 60, 65, they're all battling for the same guy. Let's say that. They're all battling for the same guy. The Chad the Tyrone, the rich tycoon, who's aged about 30 to 45. All of them are going for the same guy. All are pulling their resources towards the same individual. The same male. They're all in competition. So what makes you think that these women should mature? And men have to mature. Men have to get smarter, or else they'll be left behind. Women now, they can get away. Again, I keep saying this. Women can get away with being a little less emotionally developed and living a very fruitful life, as Ms. Chavis has done here. Her emotional level was stunted at age 20 and never grew up. And that's brought to life by Crimson Cure. You'd think this woman would mature. You'd think this woman would leave her past behind. But remember, she's a hoe. Remember, she has... She has an old thought pocket that she needs to sell. That she needs to sell on OnlyFans for $3.99. However she can get that publicity, so be it. Even at the selling of a reputation of her husband, of which you see right here. All he tried to do is put her in a good life. All he tried to do was save her from her past. She has let it come back to haunt her. And that, my friends, is an excuse.
Don't nobody and talking about I'm by myself. So you playing with that little cobwebby thought pocket on camera by yourself for $200 a month. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what we hearing? Like, is that what we hearing?
Okay.
Because you can't tell me that you have.
Okay, hold on. Crimson, just 1 second. Just 1 second. I will say this. I will give her about $1,000. Now that she has publicized herself in OnlyFans, now that people know who she is, now she's recapturing her once glorious porn star past. Let us give her the $1,000. Is she making that much of a difference? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue this conversation into the second hour because we're not done yet. We have yet to find out what this woman has done. We've yet to hear from the woman herself. So come on back. We're going to the second hour here on Talk Talk Live. Thank you very much for joining us at Talk Talk Live. We'll see you in a bit in the second hour. We're continuing live on YouTube. Peace. Again, we are live. We are back live on Talk Talk Live. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Talk Live here. Still with Joe Smith and Keisha Chavez. And, and the argument heard around the world. And we're continuing with the explanation from the Crimson Cure. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Talk Live. Live on IG and YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Sponsored by Duntalk, DUNTALK.com. Fall Winter Line out now. Like, subscribe, comment. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go. I'm sorry, Crimson Cure. You were saying
in your life that man can't cover. And because that home looks modest. I don't know where they are. But that looks like a nice, modest home. That doesn't look like a super mansion or anything like that. That looks like a really nice home. It's likely in a really nice area. Okay? If smart, it's probably paid for. Mm-hmm. So what expenses do you have as a 52-year-old thought bucket that you need talking about you got mad jobs, but they not?
I thought she was late 40s, but she's actually early 50s, people. She's actually early 50s. I think she's older than Joe Smith. Joe Smith is about 48. Let me see about this. I think Joe Smith's about 48 here.
So what expenses do you have?
No, yes, indeed. What expenses does she have? I think her expenses are literally her hair, her nails, her Gucci bag, her Louis Vuitton shoes, that sort of thing. She's just trying to keep up with the Joneses. She's just trying to be a housewife. She wants to be a housewife of Atlanta, a housewife of what's it now? Housewife of New York, a housewife of Washington, a housewife of something. She wants to be she wants to be a housewife. Oh, he's 48. Yes, indeed. He is 48. She is 52. So there you go. I wasn't lying. So he is 52. So she's just trying to, all she's trying to do, all she wants to be is be happy, sort of deal. So she wants to keep herself in the light to which she's accustomed. She wants to, yeah, I think it's all for herself. I don't see any kids around, but again, I could be wrong. I don't think he has any kids. Let me see if he has any kids with this woman here. I pray for them. That's all I got to say. Keisha. Oh, no. No kids. No kids. They had no kids. They had no kids. Keisha Chavez, that's it. And yes, so no kids. Lucky for him, there are no kids. Thank goodness. They don't have to suffer the shame. Thank you very much to Kevin Wesley. They don't have to suffer the shame and ignominy that she has brought upon their family, only to drive people to her OnlyFans. Make that make sense. Let's go.
As a 52-year-old thought bucket that you need talking about you got mad jobs, but they not covering nothing. So you had to do what you had to do on OnlyFans. Like, you sound like a teenager, ma'am.
She does.
And you responded to your husband like a teenager. Her whole response, her whole demeanor, her whole energy was, and she was like literally saying, and what? And what? Like, what? How old are you? These old thoughts they be mad they done got old, boy.
See, that's the ultimate truth. Men have to grow up, women don't. They don't have to grow up. Now, I would understand women with children, they have to grow up. But even then, that is a distinct choice. Because I've seen many a mother act worse than their children on many an occasion. So it is a choice to most women. Men have no choice. They have to grow up. Life teaches them they have to grow up. There are seasons to which each life. I mean, these ladies, as he said, 20 to 60, you don't know where their emotional or their maturity level lies. You just don't know. And if you didn't know, it is sparkling water. R.I.P. Godfather.
They mad that social media was not a thing when they were young. They mad at that. She's mad that she's old now for OnlyFans, because had OnlyFans been something that was invented back in the Triassic period when she was young,
Yay!
she would have been all over. Okay, OnlyFans. She would have been all over Instagram. She would have been all over Tyrannosaurus book. Okay? Triceratops gram. She's been all over.
Ah!
So she's extra mad that now she's old and unable to pop her thought pocket for the masses from the comfort of her home. And what are we supposed to do with these types of females? Like, what are we supposed to do with these types of females? Like,
You know what you do with these type of females? If they don't act right, leave them. I say it. There's no fool like an old fool. And she wants to act like an old fool as she has, leave him. Leave him. Especially if you're a man on purpose. Especially if you're a man who's not married to these ladies for many a year. See, Joe is twisted, is betwixt and between. Leave him. You gotta leave him. If they cannot find themselves a level of maturity to which they can handle things in an adult way, leave them. But again, you got to give Jack his jacket, or should I say Joe his jacket, and that is, he married the girl knowing who she was. Knowing it. Knowing who she was, divulging who she was. I wouldn't have touched it with a barge pole. I'm sorry. I wouldn't. I would have kicked it. Would have had fun. And ended it. I'm sorry. I'm not having this episode in my life.
leave these chicks in the boneyard. Leave them in the boneyard. And also, if indeed this chick was a 304 when he met her, this is why you don't never wife them. Because they don't actually turn into housewives. They are just married hoes. Hoes do not become wives just because you married them. Hoes are hoes, whether you marry them or not. They always gonna.
What did I say? What did I say about these women? Can't turn hoes into housewives and you leave them alone. I just said it. Because their tendencies will come back to haunt you. And guess what? They're going to act like hoes. They're going to fall back to familiar behavior. A leopard doesn't change his stripes. If this woman had a life where all she knew was having sex on camera, she's going to go back to that life. If all she knew was running trains on gents, guess what she's gonna go back to that life. and watching corn, and she does corn for a living. God love her, she's going to go right back to that life. Because she's longing for it. Look at that face. That's a longing for corn face. Jesus Christ.
Gonna be hoes. All right? They just marry hoes. See, when you marry a hoe, she just get a permanent sponsor, a more stable sponsor. That's all that she receives. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. I got some stability with where I'm gonna stay and, you know, the basic things of my life. Now I can hold more freely. I can hold for the fun of it rather than hold for survival. But they still gonna hold. And it can be 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, the hoe gonna come back out. If she was hoeing before, even if she tried to hide it, if she was hoeing before, she gonna be a hoe after. This is why you don't wife a hoe, because she don't turn into a housewife. She don't turn into no kind of wife. Now, how much you want to bet she don't get him none? She'll, you know, rub on that. She'll rub them cobwebs out of her on camera, but she won't get him none. And all this other type of stuff.
Let me stop that there. Thank you very much to the Crimson Cure. But let's move on. Let us move on. Now, again, it's the first time, fair use, that we have featured TMZ. TMZ have been tracking this story since its infancy, since it came out on TikTok, and they've been tracking it. And Lord knows these guys are intrepid. Shout out to TMZ. I always watch TMZ live. TMZ live is my favorite entertainment show. It is. It just clearly is. It is the best entertainment show there is. And shout out to Harvey Levin and the crew. And we're going to get into this piece right here. Because, yes, they got an exclusive interview with said Keisha Chavis. Yes, indeed. That just happened today. This just dropped today. Today. Let's get into this. Fair use. Thank you very much to TMZ. Like and subscribe to TMZ. They are the best. They are the best at what they do. Let's go.
But he also knew that in the past she had been an adult film star, and she had stopped that. And she had stopped that, but she said, look, I need to make money too, and this has nothing to do with you.
And she's on, as you heard her say, she's not with anybody else when she's on the page.
That's right.
So, look, we wanted to have both Joe and Keyshawn to talk about this.
And thought we were.
We thought we were, but it is Keisha who's joining us right now, and we'll find out why Joe isn't. So, Keisha Chavis, welcome to TMZ Live.
Hi. Sorry. I just got a little emotional. Yeah.
I guess the first...
Remember, this plays into her hands perfectly. The emotion shown, TMZ Live in her favorite space. This girl's gonna make money this month. Remember, she has an OnlyFans. People are gonna drive themselves to her as of this month. So she is doing an incredible job bringing a face to her OnlyFans account. She is making money hand over fist. A lot of people are going to be in her space this month. Yes, she's going to get the money, but at what cost? But let us continue. Oh, and she doesn't have the wedding ring on her finger. Just let that be known.
First question is, where's Joe?
How are you guys doing?
Where's Joe?
He's pretty pissed off with me. So he's been, I think he's at his sister's house. He's not talking to me right now. So, yeah.
So, Keisha, how long ago, obviously, we saw in the video that Joe was saying he had no idea that you had this account. How long is the account? Have you had the page?
I've had the page for at least over a year. It's on my Instagram and my LinkedIn, but that's what happens when you don't pay attention to your wife, period.
Did you just hear that? She is deflecting again, stating that it's not her fault that she has driven a wedge in her family. No, it's his, because he did not bring enough attention to her and her needs. This is the ultimate in gaslighting. This is gaslighting 101. I cannot believe she started with that. But let us continue.
And, you know, he has a friend that he's been entertaining, and she decided that, you know, she wants to really put a bigger, you know, wedge in our relationship. So she went digging around my page and was like, oh, do you know that she has this? And it blew up from that.
So why don't you kind of look? I mean, this is it's interesting and applies to most couples.
How
And
much
what
do you
one
need to
person
let-
is allowed to do without informing the other. So why don't you kind of explain your point of view on why you are able to do this, and
Why
whether
you
he
feel
knows
that
or doesn't know? Yeah, that's his business.
Well, I have on numerous occasions, I mean, it's no secret Joe's financial issues, you know, and I have always,
The second form of disrespect, the fact that she would announce family business in public saying that Joe has had financial issues. There is no shame with this woman. There is none. None. She will throw anyone in the dirt just to make her look herself look that much cleaner. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You'd think she'd be repentant. You'd think she'd have time to think of what she's done. No, she's only had time to think of who to blame. But that is the modern woman 101, right? Accountability is like kryptonite. Let's go.
made a good life for myself, you know. Before I met Joe, I was living overseas in Europe, and I had established myself as a singer, you know, and I came back here, you know, thinking that with his persona and who he was, once we got together and I found out who he was, that it would only take off, you know, other things. But, you know, not everybody's hustle and drive are the same. And depression is a serious thing also.
Oh,
So,
you
you
didn't
know,
catch that. No,
it's like,
wait.
you know,
Hold
support-
on. Hold on. You didn't catch that. Go back for a second. So she's blamed the man's hustle and drive. When it is so easy to lay on your back for $3.99, rather than to get up every morning and get out to work for an honest day's pay. Modern Woman 101, make that make sense. I'll hear it again.
To do without informing the
Listen
other.
again.
So why don't you kind of explain your point of view on why you are able to do this, and
Why
whether
you
he
feel
knows
that
or doesn't know? Yeah, that's his business.
Well, I have on numerous occasions, I mean, it's no secret Joe's financial issues, you know.
Disrespect
And
1,
I have always
2, sorry.
made a good life for myself, you know. Before I met Joe, I was living overseas in Europe, and I had established myself as a singer, you know, and I came back here, you know.
Hold on. Remember, this is you're talking to a man who earned himself, I think, about in excess of $90 million in his basketball career. Put this woman into a life that she wouldn't have done on her own. But listen to the disrespect. Please, again.
Thinking that with his persona and who he was, once we got together and I found out who he was, that it would only take off, you know, other things. But, you know, not
In other words, she thought that her life would change forever. She wouldn't have to work again. She wouldn't have to hoe again. She thought everything would be absolutely copacetic. But the life of an athlete is short. She never realized that. She never realized that this man will have to go back to a normal life with a normal wage within due course. Now, again, I'm sure he invested his money wisely. But again, she had tastes that needed money. So what did she do? She laid on her back for it. Again. Now. Where's the blame going again? It's going back to the husband. He's deflecting again. Watch again.
Everybody's hustle and drive are the same. And depression is a serious thing also. So, I've been just like, supporting and dealing and going through his trials and tribulations with him. I've started several businesses, I've been doing a lot. And I just figured out, I have a home in Cape Verde I'm trying not to lose, and a roof over here we're trying to maintain that we almost.
She has a home in Cape Verde. It's a nice island, to be fair, guys. She has an island home, and she has a home in wherever they are in the United States, which is not easy to have. Again, she has 2 homes that she wishes to maintain now instead of finding a final solution to which is, how should I say, commensurate to them both. She decided to do this.
Got kicked out of. So I just kicked in the drive and did what I had to do, and he won't do it. So I had to. And I'm sorry, you knew I was an adult video star when you met me. So if
you knew, let me translate again. You knew I was a hoe when you met me. You knew I was a hoe when you met me. So you should find it as no surprise that I went back to being a hoe when the straits were dire. Instead of talking to your husband, you went back to the life to which you were accustomed, which is selling your behind for $3.99.
survival, if I would do anything for my own survival, then what makes you think that would change now?
So you
just didn't catch that part. If what makes you think that I wouldn't do this for my own survival instead of the survival of the family, she did it for herself. Do you see the selfishness there? She literally said, if I couldn't do this, if I couldn't fight for my own survival, if my life was in, let me paraphrase, if my life was in jeopardy, you put that back. If my life was in jeopardy, what makes you think I would not go back to my hoeing ways in order to get myself out of this predicament? Listen again.
Don't do it, so I had to, and I'm sorry. You knew I was an adult video star when you met me. So if I would do anything for my own survival, then what makes you think that would change now?
So you and Joe have been married for 5 years, and just listening
But
to
we've
you.
been together for almost 13 years, though. We've been together since 2012, after his retirement. And it really wasn't a retirement that he wanted. It was a forced retirement because he just got locked out after the lockout in the 2011 lockout. You guys remember?
Right.
He just never got a new job. Nobody wanted him anymore. So, there was a depression. And I've been going, dealing with all of this stuff. And I'm sorry, I'm not sorry for what I'm doing. I'm just sorry that he can't understand that that wasn't a selfish decision. It was a decision that I made. I made an executive decision when my man wasn't taking the lead.
So
if that is not the epitome of modern womanhood, I don't know what is. And I don't know what is. Since my man, who kept me in a certain lifestyle for so long, could not do it, she took a unilateral executive decision to say, hey, let me sell my behind for $3.99 in order to keep myself in that lifestyle. Can you believe it? I can. I hear this stuff all the time. Why do you think OnlyFans is blowing up the way it is? Because women have taken these executive decisions. They decided, you know what? I don't want to work hard anymore. I just want to sell my ass. I just want to do some corn. Literally. at my leisure. Because as we said before, I mean, there are a lot of women who work hard. Let me say that. But a lot of women don't. They choose not to. If there's a choice between working 12-hour days and being a housewife, most would choose being a housewife. The majority of women would. Including this one right here. She would choose to be a housewife. But since she couldn't be a housewife, she might as well be a hoe. Right? But remember, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, right? Too short taught us that. Let me see if there are any comments here before we get into into more of this. Unbelievable. Are we good? Okay. Let's get back into it. No doubt about this. This woman is this is gold dust. This is Modern Woman 101. This is 52 years old. You think she know better, but whole habits die hard.
So it sounds to me, just based on listening to you over the last 5 or so minutes, that this runs way deeper in terms of the conflict there than OnlyFans, that you guys are having some pretty fundamental, serious issues.
Yeah, we are. It's not been easy, you know, and it's not been easy on him. And I mean, my friends, anybody that knows me, I really love Joe. I love him. If he never speaks to me again, I still will do things to help him or whatever I can because he's my family. You know, he's like an intricate part of my life and I just want the best for us. And I wish he wanted that also. That's really where I'm at. You know, I wish that he wanted the best for us because he's not really wanting the best for himself. So I can't expect him to do for me what he can't do for himself, I guess. And that's why I just did what I had to do.
And does that...
Stop that right there. Let me get into this. This woman is trying to rationalize the fact that doing porn is what's best for the family. She's trying to rationalize that selling your behind for $3.99 is the way forward. Instead of going for an honest day's work and an honest day's pay, she believes that legitimizing homemade porn was the best way to deal with it. If that's not the greatest load of poppycock, blasphemous, alternative truths I've ever heard of in my life, I don't know what to say. There's nothing I can say. If we have fallen as society, if we take this woman's explanation at face value, that's all I gotta say. Send the asteroid now. Abdul, send the rocks. Abdul, send the rocks. Because we would have fallen as a society if we are to take this woman's crocodile tears at face value while she drives men to her OnlyFans page through her appearance on TMZ Live and really think that this is a legitimate excuse for her actions. And it isn't. It sincerely isn't. And I hope we don't get to a place in society where we take this woman's explanation of Facebook. Where selling your behind for $3.99 is a legitimate alternative. People, you've already seen the stats. OnlyFans girls earn on average $118 an hour. For her, I would say right now it would go up to about $1,000 a month. $180 a month. Not $180 an hour. Hell no. $180 a month for her, about $1,000. Hey, there's nothing to be said. If she can't work a solution with her husband, well, she's lost herself. She lost her man. Her man left her. Yeah, she doesn't see the error of her ways. What's more to say?
Continue? I mean, have you drawn that line in the sand that you will continue doing OnlyFans?
Unless something else happens that, changes that, no, I'm going to continue my OnlyFans. I want to thank everyone that has been supporting me through this. And I want to thank all of my new subscribers because I went from making a couple of $100 a month to in one day. I want to thank everyone for really, it's a blessing, and if he doesn't see it, then, well.
All right. Well,
there's nothing else to say. Thank you very much to TMZ for the interview. Like, subscribe, comment to TMZ Live. Only the best entertainment show on television. There it is. That is Modern Womanhood today. Where women are trying to legitimize OnlyFans and their place in the porn industry as being mainstream. They're trying to legalize prostitution, literally on camera. It's amazing, but there it is. Those are the days and times we live in, my people. It's stunning. It literally is stunning. And as she said, this is all for her to drive people to her OnlyFans page. That's what this interview was all about. As she said, she was making a couple $100 a month to now making, I would say, mid four figures a month. It could be higher with the more notoriety she gets. And for those who don't know what she actually did, I have something for you. I have something for you here. Hold on just a second. Let's get this up and running. I do. Thank you. Hold on.
You nasty. That is Joe Smith's wife, okay? So when she said, you knew what I was doing when you met me, she was doing this, okay? So OF is the lightest thing that she's probably ever done on camera, okay? I thought it was a skit until I did some investigating and found out this is what she was into. So
that's an actual porn scene that she participated in, I would say 10 to 15 years ago, before she met Joe Smith. Her name is, I believe it's Champagne Penshare. I believe so. I believe it's Champagne Penshare. I think it is, or Travis Penshare. You can look it up. You can look it up on your nearest cornhole studio. Yeah, this is what she did. There she is. That's a porn scene that she was participating in. I had to look myself, and it is her. It is her. But there you go. But again, even though Joe walked into this eyes open, it still does not. You still can't condone this sort of behavior from your wife. But again, a hoe's gonna be a hoe. That's what a hoe's gonna do. And now, as she said on TMZ Live as Hell, she's going to continue to do it because she is not at all caring about her husband's reputation or her husband's emotions or her husband's feelings. She does not care. All she cares about is keeping her in the life to which she is accustomed. So, as she said, engaging in a bit of embarrassment for more money, as we learned from Adam 22 and Lee in the Plug, is all a fair trade. Absolutely fair. So, again, I hope that this is not a long-lived account, and there's a finite time, because she needs some time to be humble, because she truly doesn't know the ramifications of her actions. I hope Joe takes legal steps to disband the marriage if worse comes to worse. But again, I hope listen, I believe in the sanctity of marriage. I hope they can work things out. However, what she's done right now has sullied the reputation between herself and her husband, and I don't know how it's going to be retrieved. I really don't. I really don't. And I wish them both the best of luck, but again, what can I say? So let's just, it's getting on to, let me see here. Yeah, I think we're going to end it there. I think we're going to end it right there, because we're going out to 136, 145. So yeah, let's just bring it back to brass tacks here. I was going to get into the whole PJ Washington and his wife's issues, but I think we can end it there. I think this is a perfect way to end it. And let's just have a little chat before we end it here tonight, folks. And that is this. The state of the sanctity of marriage, the state of relationships, the state of the porn industry has taken a drastic turn as of this message. As of, I think it falls on from the Lena Plug Adam 22 sort of debacle that happened way back when. That when it comes to, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, till death do us part, it is being severely tested by the porn industry. It really is. And there are clear rifts in marriage, and there are clear lines that are being crossed in this modern world in which I think the state of marriage is really on a downturn right now, and it is every man and woman for herself. I don't think people are getting involved in marriage for each other. I think it's come to a point now where in a lot of relationships, they're in it for themselves. And that is clearly seen here. This woman is in it for herself. She decided that it would be best not to consult her husband, keep him out of the loop for a year, and decided to lay her on her back, not for his needs, not to keep a roof over the head, but to keep her into the life she was. Because make no mistake, her decision was not made with him in mind. It was not. It was not. It was made for her own best interest. Because if she had his feelings and emotions in account for her decision, guess what? He would have known about what she was doing, or they would have found out an alternative solution. Let's face facts. He would have known that this would have been an alternative by now, but she didn't do it. Decided to keep him out of the loop for long, and it took somebody else to tell him what was going on. And again, she's not ashamed that what she did, because she went on TMZ to say it. She's ashamed of the fact that she got caught, and that cannot be denied. And if it's worth selling your ass for $3.99 just to put food on it, well, it's not even food on the table and roof over her head. It is to keep herself into the lifestyle to which she is accustomed. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Keisha Chavis has a lot to learn about life. And I don't think she has matured since her 20s. I don't think she has grown up. I think she is very much an adolescent, a young adult at heart. I think she cherishes the adulation and attention she got from being a porn star. Because she went back to this alternative with a minimum of fuss. Not caring of how her husband felt, or his reputation, or his feelings whatsoever. Just went out and did it. And not once did we hit... Did we really, truly, legitimately hear about his feelings in the matter? Because it was her body, her choice, right? Her body, her choice. To hell with marriage. To hell with the vows we took. It's my body, my choice. I'm acting like I'm single. It's that very famous soca song. And it's very apt here. She is acting like she's single. And where are the vows in that? Thank you very much for joining us on Talk Talk Live tonight. We're going to end it there, but it's a sad state of affairs when you believe that it is corn that will get you out of a situation. Ladies, let me say this again. Let me say this for the cheap seats. Let me say this for you. Don't you ever think that corn is the solution. Don't you ever think that. Don't think by selling your behind for $3.99 is a way forward in a relationship. Because it ain't. A man will never approve of it. He won't. And like Joe said, he left. And now she's left with her feelings. Oh, she's left with her camera. Let's see if that keeps her warm at night. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Talk Live tonight. We're going to end it there. It's 11 o'clock. And, I'm going to get myself a bit of a workout and just move on. Because this is stunning, ladies and gentlemen. That a woman would take herself from a TikTok video to TMZ Live. All because she was Joe Smith's wife, just so she can get the attention and adulation so she can sell her behind for $3.99. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much on Talk Talk Live. These shorts will be coming out. This is a good show to put some shorts out on. And we'll be putting out those very, very soon. I thank you very much for joining me on Talk Talk Live tonight. And we're going to end it right here. We'll be back tomorrow night with another show. Yes, we're coming back tomorrow night. And we're hitting off another show. So stay tuned for that. Check your Instagram. Check your TikTok. Check your Facebook for upcoming announcements on that. And thank you very much for joining me on Talk Talk Live. And we'll see you. And good night from Toronto. And we're going to end it here on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining me on Talk Talk Live. We'll end it right here. And, let's all learn a lesson that OnlyFans doesn't pay in the way you want it, ladies. Believe me. Because, as I said, you only have your camera to keep it warm. And your lighting. And maybe your bed sheets. And maybe all those ogling eyes who only want to have sex with you. Who only want your body and not your being.